Hey everybody, welcome back to the Archangel 15. Today I wanted to do a short segment and explain why I don't vote anymore. It's pretty simple, in fact. Essentially, during the Trump administration, I came to the conclusion that it's good to exercise our rights in a sense, but it's not good to exercise our rights basically to elect people that are our slave masters. And that's exactly what we're doing. It's exactly what we every single 4 years with the presidents. The best way that I can really explain it to you is Jesse Ventura, the former wrestler and the Minnesota governor. He used to liken it to the WWF, the Washington Wrestling Federation. He said it's like this spectacle that like goes on basically Monday through Friday. Now it's Monday through Thursday. They have alternative work schedules, maybe even Tuesday through Thursday now for a lot of people there, and it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Like I said, it's like this spectacle creates this little beltway where all these people come together and basically rob our country of trillions of dollars needlessly and create all this federal overreach when it's not necessary. Forget the famous Reagan quote. Not really a big fan anymore of Reagan, but he had this big quote on the federal government. And essentially, like even Trump, like I said, it's like, for one, I just wanted to comment that I really can't believe, and I've mentioned this in the past, that they let him personally run the Republican Party off the cliff. It almost is like starting to like be kind of sketchy. Like maybe there's like a deeper liberal agenda behind the whole thing. I like my channel. Like there's very few people that I really like adorn with an amazing legacy. Andrew Breitbart was one of those. Breitbart News today still adorns his name. Unfortunately, it's probably been taken over by people who maybe don't have the same interests or present things in the same manner that Mr. Breitbart did. But I'm just going to play a quick clip here. This is from Fox News. This is like right before he died. And like I find this to be kind of interesting. And like to be honest with you, in my opinion, he was killed. He supposedly had heart issues, but he was killed for talking about two things. One was silver spoons. Like that's the big one. Like you talk about, especially like I do, the oil money silver spoons, especially that will come after you and kill you. Like I said, the silver spoons, they like to make it look like they work. They work for NASA, horse farmers, realtors, whatever. Work for the government. Your guess is as good as mine. And they like they enjoy not having to work and having their money. And they like there's this little game that they have to play where like it's like a little system. And like I said, every 4 years you go elect your slave master is really how it works. Um, so I'm gonna play this clip, and like I said, like this really says a lot. And Andrew Breitbart was a good actual one of the few good Jewish people out there in the news media, not the Zionists that I talk about. He was pretty conservative for the most part, but he was like liberally, I guess, socially liberal.
Andrew, is Donald Trump a conservative? Of course he's not a conservative. He was for Nancy Pelosi before he was against Nancy Pelosi.
They end it there, and this clip is starting to become very difficult to find. Please, it's like download it if you want to save it. I'm not going to do that. You've seen it here. That's just what I wanted to show you. It used to be on YouTube. You can't find it, or like that is on YouTube, but you have to like search through Google now. It doesn't come up in the search engines at all. And I personally believe Trump's going to be indicted and taken in for whatever reason. They wanted to give this clown the privilege, I guess, our democracy, the privilege of waiting until after the election. But I hope they take him, lock him up, and throw away the key, and let it be a lesson to his cult followers. And like I said, what I've seen with these people, like I'm like not going to mention names here, but like where I went off the tracks is somebody very close to my family said Trump, he's like a secular king and from the Bible. And like, oh my goodness, when I heard that, I almost lost it. Like I started getting scared. I had a tour guide in Russia that told me that a German lady started to cry the day that Trump got elected. Like I'm telling you, like he would not have gotten 1/4% of the total world vote at all. Like it's a small group of people here, and I stopped voting. Like I said, there's this thing called illusion of choice. You go to it's the store. You have Coca-Cola and you have Pepsi. The truth is they're owned by the huge global conglomerates that both put bad stuff in it and like basically control the entire industry. Like I said, you don't have choice. Just like in the Pennsylvania Senate race here. You know what I'm saying? Like we have Dr. Oz. Oprah Winfrey brought him up. Gave him his claim to fame, and then this John Fetterman. Like, the truth is, they're all CIA puppets. I can guarantee you, Fetterman is probably a CIA, like, he's probably a cooperative, like, probably has at some point in his life taken an income from the federal government, from the CIA or something. I had, like, he worked there, I think, under Tom Wolfe. Like, I'm not a big fan of Tom Wolfe. I'll be very happy to see him go. The Pennsylvania, he didn't necessarily do a bad job, but for me personally, like, there's a couple things behind the scenes that I really believe happened, and like I said, I'm not going to get into them, but we'll see who gets the last laugh in the end. Thank you, folks, for stopping on the Archangel 15. Use your head. Like I said, like, don't play this bipartisan divide and conquer game. Look, like I said, take a flow chart of all the civilizations that have came and gone, and look at why they fail. And one of the major ones is, one of the big ones is worshiping other gods, and another one is divide and conquer tactics. Like I said, like, it's like, you don't have this problem in other countries. I've found as much. Like, here you have Jews, you have Christians, you have Muslims, you have Catholics, you have Italians, you have blacks, you have Latins, you have Russians, you have Koreans, you have Chinese, you have all different, you have Shia Muslims, Sunni Muslims. Like I said, you have everybody here, and you can never ever get any unity. And like, this is one of the reasons that they wanted to keep Africa so divided. They're terrified of a unified Africa. What did they do in Africa? They took a box of AK-47s, put it in the middle, and said, "Here, we're going to give you steak, and we're going to give you hamburger." And what do you think's going to happen? And then, like I said, like, look right across the Mediterranean in a place like Italy. They have Fendi, Gucci, Prada, Lamborghini, Ferrari. And like I said, right across like Tunisia and like Libya, they don't even have money to build a church. And I see Africa as a huge, like when it's all said and done, nobody's going to want to play games in this country. Like Florida, maxed out. Everything's done. Jersey, maxed out. California, maxed out. Like, unless you're born with billions of dollars, your daddy has billions of dollars, you're not going to have a house in any of those places anymore. Or like several million. Like there needs, if I was wanting to get out of here, and actually had like significant money, I'd go to somewhere like Libya or Tunisia or Morocco, and just like, look at the beachfront there compared to here. It's a joke. You could go to like even in the Antilles, and you could probably buy like a whole beach for what you could buy a house in New Jersey for. It's sickening. It's insane. But anyhow, folks, you take care and use your head out there. Like, I'm not saying that all candidates. Last time I checked, I want to say that in like all of Congress, like all of the Senate and Congress together, and there's hundreds of members, there was maybe only like 30 that are like true diehard conservatives, like true constitutionalists, like not bought and paid for. Like I said, follow the money and the lies always, as Ted Gunderson used to say. Talk to you later. Take care.